back to the garage here. I know it's been a little while since I've uploaded anything, but had to get through Christmas and all that. And, you know, Christmas is not a great time for me, but you know, we're through it. We're done. So, quick little update. I got the transmission back for the car. We put in my just empty block there with the transmission, and Henry and I made a cross member for it. Got it all tacked up. He took it, welded it, painted it. We put it, and then we hooked up the actual engine and put it all back in. So the motor and transmission are in my car now, which is good, but I'm still waiting for my third member for the rear end. So again, I'm at a standstill. So we're just kind of hanging out and waiting. But if you remember, my friend Henry had the turbo Mustang. You know, we went to the Mustang race and all that kind of stuff. Well, he came across a deal that was one of those things you just couldn't pass up. It was, well, he works at a restoration shop, and there was a customer's car there. Been there for a long time, and the customer finally just decided that he couldn't afford to restore it. So he was just going to get rid of it. Well, I'm not going to tell you how much he paid for it, but it's a whole lot less than you would think. But as soon as he said what he would take for it, Henry was like, I've got that right now, and bought it. So he doesn't have room for two cars at his house, so he's selling the Mustang and keeping this. Now, he brought the car over here. We looked at it. It has a turbo 350 in it. It's got an 8.5 10-bolt. It does have 411 gears in it. Some kind of posi. I don't know if it's a spool or if it's posi or mini spool or what. I mean, we'll pull the cover off eventually and look at it. But the engine is a 383. But while it was at the shop there, he drained the oil out of it, and it was like 2 gallons of antifreeze came out with it. And I was like, okay, that's a lot. Kind of unusual. I go, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. And he was like, well, what do you mean it's not a bad thing when there's antifreeze in the oil? I'm like, well, it's antifreeze. It has glycol in it, so it won't let things rust. You know, so maybe the internals are good. You know, because this thing has a velocity stack on it and was sitting out in the weather for 4 years. So the engine got rained in. So we knew there was going to be water in it, but this was an excessive amount, and it was antifreeze, not water. So we were baffled. Pulled the plugs out. There's antifreeze, you know, in the tops of the cylinders. I'm like, well, why is it there? It's weird, but okay. And so he went back to work, and he was talking to somebody that's from Oklahoma, which is where the car's from. And he said, yeah, some people, you know, when, you know, they have a hot rod or something, they're not going to drive over the winter. They'll just fill it up with antifreeze to winterize it, to keep it from freezing, you know, and then in the summer they drain it all out, put oil back in it, and it's fine. So we're like, okay, maybe this is what happened. So today we're going to try and get it running. You know, the carburetor's trash on it. I mean, it had a Carter AFB, and, you know, yeah, it's trashed. It didn't make it. But we'll just use my carburetor right now because, you know, mine's not running yet and won't be for a little while. So this is what we're playing with. It is a 1970 original split bumper Camaro. It's not originally a Z28, although it does have Z28 badges. But, I mean, it's a 70 Camaro, and it's all there. If we can get it running, then it'll be a running and driving car. But that's what we're up to today. I'm waiting on Henry to get over here so we can get started. But just thought I'd give you a quick rundown, and I'll make a little clip of just a once around on the car so you see what we're working with. Yes, it does scream 1970s. Or 80s maybe. Same difference. Alright, here's the engine. All dirty, of course, but it's aluminum radiator, training cooler, headers, HEI, but, you can't see it right now, but they are Dart 215 iron heads. It does have roller rockers and stud girdles, so there's a possibility that it's something decent. Yes, it's a fuel cell, but it's a boat cell. Comes out at the top up there. Which, of course, back in the 80s, I had a friend that ran a boat cell in his Nova, so I've seen this before. Focus. There we go. So that's what we're starting with. Should be interesting, to say the least. Like I said, we got the plugs out of it. I sprayed a bunch of PB Blaster in the cylinders, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, so now you get to see what this carburetor looks like. Yummy. Alright, got the valve cover off. So we got roller rockers, stud girdles. Dart Iron Eagles. 215s. And got the carburetor off, and the intake, of course, is all oxidized and crap, but that'll clean up.
What happens when you sit outside?
Yep. Pulled the oil filter off. And there was a little bit of water in it, but not too bad. Okay. So there was a little bit of water in it, but not too bad. Because, of course, it wasn't run with the water in it. It was just, or water, the antifreeze. It was just poured in there to preserve it. So we went to put on the oil filter that Henry brought over. And,
Walmart.
well, blame Henry over there.
It's fucking Walmart, man, you know?
Yeah.
Trying to keep the car Oklahoma. Not liking it.
But, yeah, it's the wrong filter. So, gotta go get another filter. Check back in a minute. Okay. Well, we've changed the oil. Put oil back in it. Primed it. We're charging the battery now, but he just pulled his truck up here and we just hooked up the battery cables to it. And we're going to try and turn it over to get to top dead center so we can put the distributor back in. See if the headlights come on. Okay. Yeah, your gay interior, your gay lights under the hood don't come on either. All right, come on. Nope. No power. Got a dome light? Yep. Oh, look what I just found. Nothing. No. Okay, so apparently the engine's locked up.
I need beer.
Yeah, more beer. Fixes everything. So we're going to go ahead and pull the intake and heads off. See how bad the heads are or if they're savable or whatever. And go ahead and pull the engine out. We were going to pull it out to go through it anyway. So, you know, just kind of expedited the process. Okay. Well, here's the big reveal. We're going to pull the heads off. Hold on. All right. Let's see what this thing looks like.
Ready? You ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready. Jesus Christ. That is heavy. Ooh, flat top.
Oh, two relief flat top.
Oh, what is it hooked up to?
Oh, it's a ground.
Well, those don't look too bad.
Yeah, they're not bad at all.
I guess.
We'll WD-40 them up and they'll clean right up.
Oh, all right, hold on. I gotta take this damn thing off the back. Still recording?
Yep.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk! Damn it!
The silence is deafening.
So, damn it, Bobby. I tell you what.
So it's not so bad, actually.
We should put a poll on the video to see if we should buy a new motor and rebuild this for an extra, or
That's what I think.
you just want an extra motor.
It's never a bad idea to have an extra motor.
I know your shit. I know how you roll.
Because the one that's in my car now is built to blow up.
Oh my god.
Why did you do that?
Here, hold that.
Get your hand on the other side. There you go.
Ow, ow, ow.
Iron heads. All right.
flat top.
Well, let's clean up that piston and start getting some water out of the...
Dude, look
right.
at this fucking one cylinder right here.
We'll be back. All right. Well, it's the next day. We had another option for an engine, but that is no longer an option. So now we're trying to figure out what do we want to do engine-wise. Or I should say Henry's trying to figure out what he wants to do engine-wise. So I'll keep you posted on that. I got the combustion chambers over here soaking in vinegar, trying to get as much rust out of them as we can. Hopefully the heads are salvageable, which they look like they should be, so I'm not real worried about that. But oh, got my No Time Pro Tree hat from LS Nasty, you know, John Doc channel. If you're not watching John Doc channel, I don't know what the hell you're watching, but you know, he's a good follow. So this is what we're starting with Henry's 383. Whew. So I'm going to put some vinegar down in the cylinders. Hopefully we can free them up a little bit. So maybe we can turn this thing over and take it apart and save the pistons. But it's all with if we can get this crap out of there. Mountain ranges. We'll see. Okay, well, Henry got the engine out. You know, I'll show a little clip here, or I may have already done it. I don't know. Haven't made the video yet, so we'll figure it out. But, you know, we got the engine out. The cylinders have build up in them. More than likely rust, but whatever. I'm going to put vinegar in the cylinders and try and eat some of that away. Clear them up so maybe we could turn the engine over and take it apart. But everybody left. And this car is so typical 80s, you know, late 80s, early 90s, that I bet that it has a Comp 292 hydraulic cam in it. Now I already know it's hydraulic cam because, well, it's got hydraulic lifters in it to flat tap it. But your typical setup back then, flat top 350, 383 with dart heads, and a Comp 292 cam. Everybody ran a Comp 292 cam because it was a good cam. I mean, made good power, sounded great, was cheap. There it is. Everybody ran one. I'm almost willing to bet that that's what's in this motor. So, since everybody left and I'm here by myself, you know what? I'm going to find out. So, I'm going to set you up over here. And you can watch as I pull out the cam and we find out what the hell's in it. All right, well, here's the moment of truth. Let's pull this puppy out of here. Huh. All right. Nothing really distinguishable there. Extreme Energy 284 cam. Well, let's look up the specs on that. All right, so there you have it. It's a Comp Extreme Energy 284 cam, which is just equivalent to a Comp 292 cam, like I thought it might have. A Comp 292 cam is 244 at 50 thousandths with 501, or some of them are 507 lift. Kind of depends on what you got. And this one is 240, 246 at 50 thousandths with 507, 510 lift. Both of them are on a 110 center line. And so, yeah, it's pretty much equivalent. Just a newer grind, better version of it. So, yeah, it's typical 80s. An Extreme Energy cam, it's probably 90s. Built sometime in the 90s. Probably early 90s. But there it is. Now if I can just get the pistons out of here without breaking the ring lands, we'll be happy. Everything looks pretty clean. I mean, everything that's on there just wipes off. So if we can get the cylinders cleaned up, we might get lucky. I don't know. We'll see. Until next time, enjoy.